Welcome to our new video. Each year, over 1/3 of all food intended for human consumption is thrown away or wasted. Enough food to feed all the world's 828 million starving people twice over. About 10% of the global population regularly goes to bed hungry. We will discuss, what do we waste? Why do we waste food? You is wasting this food, how much does it cost us? At the end, how to avoid wasting, according to data from the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. On top, fruits and vegetables. 46.2% are wasted. Each year, almost half the fruits and vegetables the world produces are wasted. And only 3 billion pounds of potatoes are thrown away instead of eaten. That's enough potatoes for 6 billion people, almost 6 times the population of China, to get a serving of mashed potatoes. Number 2. Seafood, 34.7%, as per the United Nations. Nearly 50 million tons of fish is wasted every year. More than 27% of all captured fish is either thrown away or rots on decks before it's sold. Next, cereal, bread and rice, 29.1%, about 347 million tons of cereals are wasted each year, which includes bread and rice. Meat, 21.5%, households waste around 570,000 tons of fresh meat each year. That's about 50 million chickens and 100,000 beef cattle. Globally, it's close to 12 billion animals. Number 5. Milk, yogurt, and cheese. 17% of all yogurts go to waste, a total of 1.5 million tons thrown away each year. 50% of the yogurts thrown away by consumers are in an open packaging. In the UK, 90% of milk waste occurs in households thrown away each year. The gross amount of food waste in the United Kingdom exceeds 5 million tons. Even the most regal of countries are not immune to the issue of food waste, and the UK is on top in the world. Sudan and Tajikistan are the two countries that waste the least amount of food. UK households waste 6.7 million tons of food every year. The type of avoidable food they waste in the largest quantity is potato. 359,000 tons of potato goes uneaten every year, including untouched, 49%. Other commonly wasted types of food are slices of bread, 328,000 tons a year, apples, 190,000 tons, and meat and fish meals, 161,000 tons, 45,000 tons of rice, 33,000 tons of pasta. The food that is bought and then thrown away uneaten in the greatest proportion is salad. In the UK, 45% by weight of all purchased salad is thrown away. Nearly 1 million tons of food is thrown away whole or unopened. Why do we waste food? The main reasons for throwing away food that could have been eaten if it had been managed better or left on the plate after a meal, past its date, looked, smelt, or tasted bad, left over from cooking. Reasons are different for different types of food. For example, breakfast cereals, 73%. Leftover after a meal, eggs, 25%, leftover, fresh fruit, 57% looked bad, fresh meat and fish, 26% leftover, rice, left on plate, 48%, left in saucepan, 44%. You is wasting this food. We all waste food unnecessarily. On average, every one of us throws away 70 kilograms of avoidable food a year. That's the weight of an average person. And we don't realize how much we throw away. Larger households waste more avoidable food than smaller households. Certain types of households, for example, households with children, appear to waste more food, but that is mainly because they contain more people. Single-person households waste the most food on a per capita basis. Retired households appear to waste less, but that is because they tend to be smaller. How much does it cost us? Food waste is costly. The United Kingdom, as a whole, pay for but does not eat 10.2 billion pounds of good food each year. That's 420 billion pounds of avoidable food for the average household each year. The food that costs them the most because we buy it and then don't eat it is meat and fish meals. The meat and fish meals that we throw away cost UK households 602 million a year. Other costly items are slices of bread, 360 million a year, apples, 317 million a year, and potatoes, 302 million a year. Food thrown away still in date costs UK households at least 950 million every year. How to avoid wasting food each time you go shopping. Be sure to write up an itemized shopping list so that you only buy what you need. Secondly, improper storage leads to a massive amount of food waste. Many people are unsure how to store fruits and vegetables, which can lead to premature ripening and eventually rotten produce. For instance, potatoes, tomatoes, garlic, cucumbers, and onions should never be refrigerated. These items should be kept at room temperature. Separating foods that produce more ethylene gas from those that don't is another great way to reduce food spoilage. Ethylene promotes ripening in foods and could lead to spoilage. Foods that produce this gas include bananas, avocados, and peaches. These are just some ways that we can cut down on the massive amounts of food waste plaguing the planet, when there are nearly 1 billion starving people around the world. It should not be the case that so much food is wasted. Thanks for watching.